Welcome to numerologist.com. My name is Vannessa and I'm from Beyond Your Sun Sign. This is a different type of reading. This is a past life tarot reading, but it's the same concept as my other readings, wherein you're going to pick a number between 1 and 3, and that will be the past life that's influencing you right now. Okay, so the best thing about past life work is once we bring it to our conscious awareness, we can be like, oh, actually, that is how I act, and I can just release it now because it was just a habit that was formed in a past life, and this is a new life, so I can start over. So this is going to be very important for us to get grounded and protected. So I want you to close your eyes. Think of a number between 1 and 3, but then take a deep breath, okay? And exhale. Now all of your toes are firmly planted on the ground and you have a bubble of protection around you as we explore your past lives. So now think of a number between 1 and 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, if you chose card number 1, the past life that's influencing you right now was your time on a farm, okay? So you're probably a very hard worker in this lifetime where it's all about schedule and curfew and routine and just pretty much doing what you need to do in order to get the job done. You know, this is also about sustainability. So in this past life, you took care of the entire family and the family took care of the entire farm as well. So it was more of an equal energy exchange, right? Like when we're working with animals, a lot of the times what you put out, they'll show that gratitude back. You know, I hear about people who own chickens that the chickens actually lay their eggs in order to repay for being fed and taken care of. So you're used to a very equal energy exchange because you worked with animals in this past life. So whenever you're with people, it's all about what you're giving them and then what they can then give back to you, which is excellent because it's creating that balance. So whenever you feel like you're out of balance, it's because you put out too much work and didn't get enough energy back. And that's why you're feeling drained. The other card that is affecting your past life is the Page of Pentacles. This is a clarifying card to that farm. And as you can see, it kind of looks like it's the same energy. It's like this Page of Pentacles can literally jump right into this farm environment. The Page of Pentacles is a young earth sign. So they're used to that structure. They're used to that sense of security, that routine, and all about what you put in, you get back out. So this young earth sign, a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo, is part of that farm life with you. And in this lifetime, you can take your relationship, realize, okay, like we need that strict routine, we need that strict schedule, and we need to be putting in energy and getting that proper output back, planting the seeds and getting the harvest back. So right now, the reason why this card is affecting your energy, why this past life is affecting your current life, is because you're out of balance when it comes to your sense of security, when it comes to that harvest season, and when it comes to your routine. So get back into waking up, you know, at the crack of dawn, doing what you need to do to get the job done. And you can start to take some of the positive aspects of farm life into your current lifetime now. All right, if you chose card number 2, the past life that is influencing you the most right now is Atlantis. So Atlantis is a really, really beautiful history. We know that it was this world of understanding. You know, in Atlantis, everybody was kind of connected through quartz crystals. So it was definitely a higher understanding and like a alternate level of understanding within this humanity. Everybody was very much connected. And then of course it was flooded out, right? It went underwater. I'm not quite sure what your connection and what your knowledge is of Atlantis, but I would definitely urge you to do some more research on Atlantis in order to connect to that past life and figure out what it is in that past life that you now have to create in this lifetime. So the Atlantis, all about kind of being underwater and having that understanding with community. So when it comes to you right now in this lifetime, community is going to be very, very important. You need to find your tribe, you need to find your fellow Atlanteans, and there has to be intellectual understanding where you don't have to over explain yourself. You don't have to overly talk and communicate in order to get your word across. So finding a group of people and a tribe of people that just understand you, they just get you, even if it is online, because when you think about it, if Atlanteans were all connected by quartz energy, that they put their knowledge into that quartz and, you know, everybody had access to it, that's essentially what a computer is, right? Like, isn't a computer like the first, isn't there courts in computers? Like, it really is that source of information. So a great way to connect with your fellow Atlanteans that you lost in that last lifetime is through the internet. They're probably all internet connections. That being said, there were a few tarot cards that popped out over top of that. And it's saying a message when it comes to negativity, a message when it comes to the dark side of relationships. The myth that I've understood from Atlantis is that, you know, very peaceful community, very peaceful tribe. And then it was the Mars energy, the Mars people that came in. And I think I'm remembering that right, but Mars people coming in and they had like the fighting energy, the conflict energy, you know, the competition. And that's essentially what was the end of Atlantis energy, or the Atlantis vibration. So what we could now be harboring and taking from that last lifetime into this lifetime is the negativity that comes within relationships, right? Like seeing the competitive side, seeing, you know, the aggressive side, the conflict side. And this doesn't speak well to our Atlantis background. So we feel really uncomfortable with it. But all we have to do is change the way we feel about conflict and recognize that even if we're striving for harmony, it's just because like we strive for harmony and it's because we want to replace that with conflict, but you can only get harmony through having that conflict, having that confrontation, right? Because harmony, it's both ways. It has to be within that partner and within yourself. So somebody's going to be in disagreement and you have to kind of have that argument or that confrontation before you can come together and say, all right, I see your point of view. Now you see my point of view. Let's coexist. So it's all about changing the way we feel about that negative energy within our tribes and within our space. And then also the judgment card here is saying to not place a judgment on it, right? Like the flag is Switzerland, isn't it? So it's all about that neutral energy of judgment, saying it's not for me to decide what's negative, what's positive. It just is what it is. And that's full Atlantean energy, just accepting things for what they are. So like I said, if you chose card number 2, I urge you to do some more research into this Atlantis energy and just figure out what resonates with you. And then you can remember and try and figure out who was involved with you in this timeline, and then clear it if anything's blocking you still. Because this would have been quite the traumatic end, right? Like when you think about everybody kind of going down together, right? And either fleeing or deciding to stay, like it's probably very representative of your situation right now. All right, card number 3, we have angels. So this is a really awesome card to be pulling. You know, I was just posting about how you never know who is an angel in your life and who you're an angel in their life. My husband just the other day saw a kid on a busy street and the kid was about to go, parents not paying attention. And my husband was like, hey kid, you know, stop. And that he ended up being like a guardian angel for that child and for that child's family, because in that split second he acted and he did something selfless. So this is something that you've probably done multiple times in this lifetime, constantly being people's angel, being their guardian, looking out for them and doing selfless acts in that without ever having to even wait for some sort of payback, right? Like angels are so giving and generous without expecting anything in turn, because they realize that their small act could just create more positive acts, and that is their currency. That's how they feel fulfilled. So ironically enough, this is a young water sign attached to this angel energy. And I was just talking about my husband, who's a Scorpio. So this is a young Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, that you two are angels together. You guys are kind of like a team of past life angels, and you're here in order to empower other people, to give them unconditional love, to give them that acceptance, and to be that angel in their, you know, in their dark lives. And it's definitely a bigger responsibility, but it's nothing that you can't handle. Okay. So as always, if you want to deep dive into this past life energy, figure out who the players are, what lessons you need to learn, and why it's prevalent in your lifetime right now, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. You can find me beyondyoursunsign@gmail.com or on Instagram @beyondyoursunsign. Hope you guys have an amazing, amazing life in this current incarnation. And I will talk to you soon. Bye.